Good morning. Good morning, my friends, colleagues, juniors, and seniors. I've been away for a while, but I'm back here and I'm fine. And I hope all my friends, wherever you are, juniors and seniors, doesn't matter. All my friends, I hope all of my friends are in good health. That's the most important issue. I want everyone to be in good health. I'm fine, and I like all my friends to be in good health. Today's topic of discussion will be on the name of the topic is some people related areas of concern. Among the many areas, I've selected one area, absenteeism. That'll be the topic of discussion. I repeat, topic of discussion is absenteeism. Among the many people related issues, this is one issue which warrants significance, and it can be at times an issue of concern, and it needs to be fixed if that's the issue. Simple as that. Name of the topic is absenteeism. Enjoy, relax, sit back and enjoy the lecture. And let's see what happens, where things go. This episode is about some common people related issues that need to be addressed, and sooner the better. If left unaddressed, if left unaddressed for a while, the domino effect is most likely to cause further undesirable consequences if it is a serious issue within the enterprise. The top management rightly worry about people related issues and take people related issues very, very seriously. We, as HRM professionals, will use the term human capital that will refer to employees. Human capital means or comprises of knowledge, skills, attitude, and aptitude that can and will add value to the enterprise. Sometimes I'll use human capital, sometimes I'll use employees. It's all the same. But human capital to me is more refreshing. That's why I'm going to use human capital. As I understand, all of us are unique, have something to offer. All of us need respect and dignity. That's how I see. So, what could be the common problems that we face? Absenteeism is one common areas of concern. Staff turnover, lack of motivation, the management system may also be the cause of the problem. Customer complaints are increasing. That means the enterprise is not producing the quality that the customers want. Employees lack the skills and knowledge that is required. Maybe the perceived justice system within the enterprise is open to debate. Lack of leadership, confusion, etc. All these are issues of concern. Customer complaints are on the rise. That means the enterprise is not producing the quality that the customers want. Employees lack the skills and knowledge. Maybe today's topic is on absenteeism. All the mentioned people also within be on absenteeism. Absenteeism means absent from work. I repeat, absenteeism means absent from work. And this absence that I'm talking about is unauthorized absence, which is not authorized. Maybe innumerable causes. The expression of absenteeism is usually referred to as the cumulative absence trend of a group of employees or one employee. It is the trend. Absence is acceptable. There's no doubt about it. We can't question it. Absence is acceptable. But to what extent is the key issue? Basically, absenteeism is unscheduled. It is very unpredictable in nature. It is unauthorized. According to some, it is a failure to report. According to some, it is a failure to is a habitual pattern of absence from the perspective of duty. It's just a different way of saying things. Again, others may say absenteeism is a habitual pattern of absence from the perspective of duty. This absence that I'm talking about is unauthorized, unscheduled, and extremely unpredictable in nature. The point of absenteeism is that it may at times cause tremendous problems. When a project of high value is underway, this is an example only. It becomes very important when you have important things to do and suddenly an employee takes unauthorized leave. It can happen for so many reasons. I won't blame the employees for that, but it can happen. And the job needs to be done. A replacement needs to be arranged. Not always is that so simple. Replacement at times is associated with the cost of hiring somebody. Loss of productivity is also an issue of absenteeism. Timely delivery of something may have to wait for a while. The impact of such unscheduled absence or unscheduled absence can at times be an extremely negative and harmful for the enterprise. It is important to out, try to find out the causes of the absenteeism. It may be related to stress. How do I know? It may be related just to being lazy, or if I use the phrase, or colleagues not feeling motivated to go to work, and so many other reasons. Reasons do not warrant analysis. It is very hard to guess. It's very hard to guess. That's the truth. There are two ways of absence: absence as offense, absence as non offense. Remember, two categories: absence as offense, which is the violation of company policy and leading to disciplinary action. Here, absence is treated as an offense. Two categories of absenteeism: absence as offense, absence as non offense. When I'm talking about absence as offense, it means violating the company rules and leading to disciplinary action. Absence of non offense, which means violation at a very tolerant level. It is not something serious. Again, absence can be divided into two parts: long absence and chronic absence. Long absence may be, let's say, 8 days approximately. According to me, that's a long absence, which is unauthorized. It can also be chronic, which means absence of such nature is regular, is a regular feature, is habitual. So absence can be long absence. Sorry about this. Sorry about this. Absence can be divided into two parts again: long absence and chronic absence. Long absence may be 8 days approximately. I'm just guessing. Chronic absence is something regular, habitual, and needs serious considerations. This is absence according to time. I've divided absence according to time into two parts: long absence and chronic absence. Now, what could be the common reasons? Sickness. Thank you very much, Raju. Thank you. Sickness. Epidemics like the most recent one, COVID 19, cholera, smallpox, malaria, dengue from mosquito bites. All these, etc., will definitely be an area of concern. There's nothing you and me can do, but it's an area of concern. Areas where flooding happens, the spread of diarrhea is quite common. It can happen in some parts of the globe where there is flooding, diarrhea spreads. It's happened. It can happen in some part of the world. These are serious issues that you and me as HRM professionals will have to take into account. What to do then? Long hours of work can be another issue. Night shifts can be an issue. Migration can be an issue. Having a good time the day before work can be also an issue of the absenteeism. Who knows? The nature of work may be different from what one expected. That can also be an issue. Industrial accident depends. A slight careless mistake and your fingers may disappear. In some industries, it can happen. Here, I'm at the moment the advisor, head of the HRM of a printing. Here, a department called cutting, where papers are cut. You use your fingers to place the paper on the running. Industrial accidents. It can happen. I would say I haven't seen fingers being disappeared. I'm saying crashed in the machine. Then the person was taken to the hospital and he recovered. But yes, there was bleeding, and I would like to recall those incidents. And then after a while, the bandage came back, and now he's okay. But this happens in industries, and it happens at times when there is a slight carelessness. Here we are talking about the level of concentration will have to be high. We're not talking about one or two papers, we're talking about huge volume of papers. There might be issues of training. I cannot overrule employee development training. It's a very important issue for me. Other causes, I've divided causes into two parts: personal factors and workplace factors. Personal factors, attitude can be an issue, lack of work ethics can be an issue, age, seniority, gender, family, all these are issues in absenteeism. We have to take into account age, seniority, gender, family issues, all these are personal issues. Also, attitude and lack of work ethics can be an issue. These are personal issues. On the other hand, workplace factors may be stress, less job satisfaction, management may not be necessarily supportive. It can happen. Here, absenteeism is divided into two parts. These are the causes of absenteeism: personal factors and workplace factors. Workplace factors include stress, less job satisfaction, I'm not interested. Also, management may not be supportive. Again, personal issues may be my attitude, maybe lack of ethics, maybe my age, seniority, gender. I've got family issues. I have to take my son or daughter to the doctors. It can happen. My wife is pregnant. Not mine, but anyway, it's just an example. It can happen. So these are personal issues we have to take into account. It's nobody's fault, but it can happen. Again, causes are absenteeism. Another way of seeing things, lifestyle. These are personal issues with times to quit interpersonal relationship not positive stress that another category maybe is not up to the mark. For example, excessive hours can be quite stressful. Again, another column may be about domestics, gender, number of children, looking after disabled people, looking after old parents. This also can be an issue. These are the domestics. These are the common causes of absenteeism. What could be the impact? Reduction of the purchasing capacity of the workers. This means there will be a reduction in the earning. This is the impact. There might be a reduction in the earning of the workers because the worker is switching jobs from one to another. Reduced work means less income and loss for the worker or employee or human capital because of the reduced work due to absenteeism. At the same time, absenteeism is also a loss for the employer who needs to think about replacement cost. All absenteeism causes interruption to the service. The overall efficiency comes down, leading to decreased industrial productivity. Additional labor may be required due to the nature of the skills. We have to take into consideration skills and knowledge. And at times it is very difficult to find replacements. I've seen it with my own eyes. It becomes very difficult. Job turnover can be an issue. Rare skills are hard to get. The worker frequently faces removal. Unauthorized leave means no pay in some cases. Others at times have to take the pressure Orders cannot be executed due to absenteeism, delay. These are the impact of absenteeism. Now, what to do? Now, I've come to the issue now. What can be done? Improve the record keeping related to absence. Number one recommendation: improve the record keeping related to absence collectively and mutually with mutual. The HRM professionals may need to do more explaining and focusing on the financial implications that the worker is losing money. That needs to be explained. And here I'm talking about doing more explaining than usual. If the issue is about attitude, trying to find out why and what to do about this attitude. If the issue is related to medical, the enterprise may need to come forward to help the employee if finance is required. We must provide support as HRM professionals in such circumstances. We will have to come forward and support the employees, explain to the employees that we are losing also productivity. You're losing money. Who wins? Nobody wins. It'll have to be explained, or we can actually go through a counseling session if appropriate. And for that, the HR professional will have to be suitably qualified. If not, don't go into that territory. I'm not suitably qualified, so don't go into that territory. Do a little explaining. That's from my understanding. There's no point pretending that you're a counselor, but you're not really a counselor. I'm not a counselor, I'm not trained. So I won't go into that boundary. If the issue is related to motivation, yes, we know about motivation. Find out the ways to inspire the employee. Find out what makes the job interesting, if that is the issue. But motivation is not that simple. Here, the essential professionals or specialists may like to explore the concept of responsibility, more challenging nature of work, and at times looking at the issue of compatibility between role and the task. Theoretical knowledge of motivation will be helpful. Dialogue and constructive conversation with the employee can also help the cause. I'm a great believer in constructive dialogue. At times, it can help the cause. In chronic absence, counseling as a tool may be very handy, but the essential professional will require to be suitably qualified. Conclusion: absenteeism can at times be very serious, not always, at times. Every enterprise is different and will have to deal with the issue of absenteeism in their own manner. Firstly, the factors leading to absenteeism will have to be identified and established by constructive dialogue, if possible. Once the problem has been identified and defined, then comes the solution. That means a collective solution with the management and the employee based on mutuality of respect and dignity and fairness. And if the absenteeism becomes so serious, the top management, along with the essential professionals, will have to develop an absenteeism strategy that will look at the pulling aspect of the motivation by taking into consideration the pushing aspect of motivation leading to commitment. Remember, motivation is divided into two parts: pushing and pulling. At times, when the times get rough, I'll have to pull the employee. I can't push the employee. It all depends on the context. Remember, motivation is about pull and it's about push. Pull is positive, push is negative. Try to minimize the push areas. Try to focus on the pull areas. How to pull the employee back into the workforce. That is more important. That's about motivational strategy. In situations of absenteeism, the wish to improve upon the pull factors. We'll have to improve the pull factors of motivation and minimize the push factors. Trying to make the enterprise more interesting to the employees is also another of motivation. But all must be done in a fair manner, where the justice system of the organization is appreciated by all concerned. My friends, juniors, seniors, everyone, wherever you are, this is the end of this episode, which is about absenteeism. Stay well, stay calm, stay happy wherever you are. And I'll meet you all very, very soon. Take care, brothers and sisters. Bye bye.